Senior Observer X427 despised annual planetary assessments. After 12,000 years of cataloging emerging species, everything started to look the same. Pre-FTL civilizations were particularly tedious. They all followed the same predictable patterns of development, stumbling through their technological adolescence like younglings learning to manipulate quantum fields. But regulations were regulations, and Earth was next on the list. X427's sensory appendages drooped as they initialized the standard observation protocols. Earth had been classified as harmless, mostly preoccupied with cat videos for the past century, and nothing ever changed during these assessments. The observer settled into their quantum-shifted observation pod, hidden in high orbit around the peculiar blue planet. "Let's get this over with," X427 muttered, activating their scanning arrays, starting with their scientific progress. The first anomaly appeared immediately. X427 recalibrated their sensors 3 times, convinced they were malfunctioning. According to the readings, humans had somehow achieved quantum entanglement, but that was impossible. Their previous assessment showed them still arguing about whether birds were real. "Computer," X427's voice wavered slightly. "Verify quantum signature detection." "Verified," the computer chirped. "Source: Human device designated gaming router, Pro Max Ultra Edition. They achieved quantum entanglement while trying to improve their internet connection." "Correct. According to intercepted communications, it was an accident. The human responsible was reportedly trying to reduce lag in Fortnite." X427's chromatophores shifted to a pale yellow, the equivalent of an alien face palm. This had to be a mistake. They expanded their scan, looking for other signs of advancement. The results made their cellular structure vibrate with disbelief. In the past year alone, humans had discovered 3 new fundamental particles while attempting to create a better coffee maker, accidentally solved 2 unsolvable mathematical theorems while optimizing dance game algorithms, created a crude form of teleportation while trying to find a way to deliver pizza faster, nearly achieved cold fusion in an attempt to make their smartphones charge more quickly. None of this followed any known pattern of technological development. Species were supposed to advance gradually, methodically, with careful consideration of each discovery's implications. Humans seemed to be stumbling into revolutionary breakthroughs while trying to solve mundane problems. X427 began composing their report, tentacles trembling. Assessment update. Earth classification review required. Subject: immediate attention needed. Priority: urgent. The human species has demonstrated unprecedented technological advancement through what appears to be a combination of accident, impatience, and what they term random nonsense. Their approach to scientific discovery can best be described as chaotic improvisation. Of particular concern is their tendency to achieve major scientific breakthroughs while attempting to solve entirely unrelated problems. This suggests either a level of cognitive processing we have never encountered before, the most dangerous form of luck ever documented, both of the above. Additional concerning observations. They appear to view established universal constants as suggestions. Their primary motivation for technological advancement seems to be convenience. They have begun questioning why their cats can't talk to them yet. Recommendation: immediate reclassification from harmless to exercise extreme caution. Development pattern unknown. Just as X427 was about to transmit their report, their sensors detected something new. A human teenager in something called Nebraska had just created a crude interdimensional portal while trying to boost their cell phone signal. The observer quickly added a postscript: URGNTUPDAT. Humans have discovered dimensional manipulation. Current reason: TikTok videos were taking too long to upload. Request immediate consultation with Galactic Council. Situation unprecedented. As X-427 frantically transmitted their report, they noticed something else. Their supposedly undetectable observation pod was appearing in human social media posts, tagged as #CoolSpaceStuff and #ProbablyAliens. Someone had apparently photographed it with something called an iPhone 15 Pro Max. The observers' chromatophores shifted to deep purple, the color of pure existential dread. In all their millennia of observation, they had never encountered a species that developed so rapidly and apparently accidentally. The humans weren't following any of the standard technological development protocols. They weren't even aware such protocols existed. They were just doing things because they could, because they were bored, because why not? As X-427 prepared to shift their pod into a higher dimensional plane to avoid detection, they received one final alert. A human child had just created a crude form of artificial intelligence while trying to teach their pet hamster to play chess. The observer's final transmission before engaging emergency protocols was simple: update Earth classification immediately. These beings are not following the rules. I repeat, they are not following the rules. In the vast bureaucracy of the Galactic Council, warning bells began to ring. A species that didn't follow the rules was unprecedented. A species that didn't even know there were rules to follow. That was terrifying. And somewhere on Earth, a college student was wondering why their attempt to make instant ramen more efficiently had accidentally created a small temporal distortion in their microwave. The Galactic Council's emergency assessment chamber hadn't been used in over 15 millennia. Now it was filled with the galaxy's most prominent scientific minds, all gathered to address what had become known as the Earth situation. Chief Scientist X-892's crystalline form pulsed with agitation as they displayed the latest findings. Distinguished colleagues, what you're about to see defies all known laws of scientific progression. The chamber's holographic display activated, showing the human teenager's bedroom. The assembled scientists leaned forward, their various sensory organs focused intently. This recording is from what humans call a Twitch stream, X-892 explained. The subject is attempting to modify something called Minecraft to run more efficiently. The gathered scientists watched in horror as the human casually wrote out a sequence of equations that had stumped the galaxy's finest minds for eons, all while chatting with their viewers about pizza toppings. They solved the quantum rendering paradox, one scientist whispered, their bioluminescent spots flickering in distress, while eating something called Doritos. That's not the worst part. X-892 continued, their crystalline structure vibrating with anxiety. Watch what happens when they try to explain their solution to their viewers. The human on screen, crumbs still on their shirt, began drawing crude diagrams with something called MS Paint. So if you think about quantum calculations like they're just really spicy math. The teenager began. 3 senior scientists had to be escorted out when the human's unexpectedly brilliant analogy made the Heisenberg uncertainty principle suddenly seem obvious. This cannot stand, declared grand theorist Z789, their gas-based form swirling in agitation. They're solving millennium-old mathematical problems with what they call vibes. Do you realize what this means? Before anyone could respond, an urgent alert flashed across the chamber screens. A human graduate student had just solved the grand unified theory of physics. They did it while trying to figure out why their washing machine was making strange noises. How? Someone demanded. How? According to their notes, X-892 said weakly, they thought it would be, quote, pretty funny actually to approach the problem as if the universe was running on spaghetti code written by an intern. The chamber erupted into chaos. Centuries of carefully structured scientific methodology were being upended by humans who approached the universe's greatest mysteries with all the seriousness of someone choosing a breakfast cereal. There's more, X-892 continued, their voice barely audible over the commotion. They've begun asking questions about our observation protocols. The chamber fell silent. A human child, approximately 12 Earth years old, created a science fair project that accidentally detected our quantum-shifted surveillance platforms. Their hypothesis was, and I quote, "Maybe aliens are just really bad at hide and seek." The display showed the science fair project, a contraption made from an old smartphone, a microwave parts, and something called a Nintendo Switch. It shouldn't have worked. It couldn't have worked. But there it was, perfectly mapping out every hidden observation post in Earth's solar system. The child received a B+ grade, X892 added. The teacher deducted points for, quote, insufficient bibliographia citations. As if on cue, another alert flashed across the screens. Humans had started a social media trend called #SpotTheAlien, turning the detection of highly sophisticated surveillance equipment into a global game. They're treating our most advanced stealth technology like it's a planetary version of Where's Waldo, someone moaned. The situation deteriorated further when a group of human teenagers began leaving out snacks for the hidden observers, along with notes saying, "You seem hangry. Try this," attached to packages of something called Snickers. "We must act," Grand Theorist Z789 declared. This species is solving problems they shouldn't even be able to comprehend, and they're doing it for fun. Just then, the chamber's quantum-secure communication system, theoretically unhackable by any known means, pinged with a notification. Someone had sent them a friend request. The message read, "Hey alien science peeps, we noticed you watching us. Though your cloaking tech needs better firewalls lol. Anyway, we solved some math stuff that was giving us lag in VR chat. Thought you might want to check it out. P.S. The snacks are not a trap. We just think you guys might be hungry up there." Attached was a complete proof of the Riemann hypothesis, worked out on what appeared to be a pizza box. "Update their classification," X892 whispered, their crystalline form cracking slightly under the stress. "Add warning. Species approaches fundamental universal constants," as if they're suggesting optional DLC. In the distance, someone was already drafting a new emergency protocol titled, "What to Do When Humans Think Your Advanced Technology Just Needs a Quick Fix." And somewhere on Earth, a bored college student was wondering why their attempt to optimize their dating app algorithm had accidentally created a working theory of multidimensional time. The galaxy would never be the same. The Galactic Council's High Admiral Kex 115 was having the worst day in their 50,000 years of service. Their tentacles trembled as they reviewed the latest report, titled URGNT, Humans Have Done It Again. The incident began, as many human discoveries did, with someone being mildly inconvenienced. Dr. Sarah Chen, a sleep-deprived physicist at a small university, had grown tired of waiting for her coffee to cool down to a drinkable temperature. This mundane frustration would normally not concern the Galactic Council, but humans, as they were learning, had a peculiar way of turning minor inconveniences into reality-bending solutions. "Play the surveillance record," Kex 115 ordered. The holographic display showed Dr. Chen in her lab, muttering about thermodynamics while staring at her coffee cup. "There has to be a better way," she said, reaching for what humans called a microwave. Multiple alarms began blaring in the observation post. "What is she doing?" demanded Sub-Commander ICE 556. "She appears to be attempting to locally modify the speed of light to cool her beverage faster," the AI responded, its circuits struggling to process the absurdity. "That's not possible," ICE 556 declared. "The speed of light is a universal constant. It can't be changed just because someone wants their coffee sooner." The universe, apparently, hadn't informed Dr. Chen of this limitation. The recording showed her making several modifications to the microwave, occasionally pausing to scribble equations on a napkin while yawning. At one point, she accidentally spilled some coffee on her calculations. Instead of starting over, She incorporated the coffee stain into her mathematical model, calling it a quantum probability distribution that looks like my cat. 3 theoretical physicists watching the recording had to be sedated when the coffee stain actually proved to be a perfect representation of quantum field behavior. Success log, day 3. Dr. Chen's voice came through the recording. Modify the microwave to create a localized field where light moves slightly slower, allowing heat to dissipate faster. Coffee now cools in seconds instead of minutes. Note to self: patent this before Starbucks finds out. The room fell silent. She created a variable light speed field to cool coffee. Someone whispered. That's not the worst part, Kex 115 said grimly. Watch what happened when she tried to heat up her lunch. The recording showed Dr. Chen, now even more sleep-deprived, attempting to warm up something called a day-old burrito. In her exhausted state, she accidentally reversed her previous modifications. The resulting burst of faster-than-light energy created humanity's first functioning FTL drive. According to human social media, Kex 115 continued, their voice hollow. They're calling it the hangry drive because it was invented by someone who really wanted their lunch warm. The implications were staggering. While advanced civilizations had spent millennia carefully researching FTL theory, humans had stumbled upon it because someone was tired of waiting for their food to reach the right temperature. There's more, HFY 556 added, pulling up another screen. They've already started improving the design. A group of college students modified it to deliver pizza across the solar system. Pizza delivery. They're using FTL technology for pizza deliver. They call it 30 minutes or free across the solar system. Their first test delivered a pepperoni pizza to Mars. The only complaint was that the cheese had shifted during quantum tunneling. The situation deteriorated further when humans realized they could use the technology to ensure their coffee would always be the perfect temperature anywhere in space. Coffee shops across Earth began advertising quantum-stabilized beverages and Einstein-defying espresso. We must initiate first contact protocols, Kex 115 declared, before they accidentally discover something even more dangerous while trying to improve their food delivery services. Just then, another alert flashed across their screens. A human food truck owner had modified the FTL field to keep tacos warm during delivery and accidentally discovered how to manipulate the fabric of space-time. Their marketing slogan is Time Travel Tacos. Yesterday's food tomorrow. HFY 556 reported, their professional demeanor finally cracking. The emergency report that went out to all galactic civilizations was brief but clear. Earth classification update. Species has discovered FTL travel because they were impatient about food temperature. Exercise extreme caution. They appear to be upgrading the technology to handle takeout orders. As the Council scrambled to form a first contact team, they received their first official communication from Earth, a delivery order for something called a quantum quesadilla with extra cheese to be delivered to their supposedly secret observation base. The galaxy's most advanced civilization was about to make first contact not through careful diplomatic channels, but because of a food delivery order that included a handwritten note saying, "Since you're up there watching anyway, want some lunch?" And somewhere in a small university lab, Dr. Chen was already wondering if she could modify her invention to ensure her French fries never got soggy during delivery, unknowingly about to discover the key to interdimensional travel. The Galactic Defense Force's Strategic Assessment Chamber looked like what humans would call a panic room having a panic attack. Emergency lights pulsed in colors that hadn't existed before humans started experimenting with quantum physics. Fleet Commander X-989 stared at the latest reports with all 7 of their eyes, each one widening in progressive horror. "Show me the weapons assessment again," they commanded, hoping somehow the data had changed in the last few minutes. The holographic display flickered to life, showing a list titled "Things Humans Have Accidentally Weaponized" while trying to do something else entirely. Item 1. The AI began, its voice carrying a distinct note of existential dread. A teenager in what they call Minnesota modified their snowblower using salvaged parts from our observation drone. How did they even find our drone? It was quantum shifted into 17 different dimensions. According to their TikTok post, and I quote, "found this weird space junk in my backyard. Added it to my snowblower because winter sucks. Lol." The resulting device didn't just clear snow, it accidentally created localized weather control systems. The teenager was now running a profitable business, ensuring perfect weather for outdoor weddings. Continue, RX989 said weekly. Item 2. A group of college students modified their game console to, quote, "run Crisis better." They accidentally created a quantum computational matrix that can simulate entire universes. They what? They're using it to run something called Minecraft with really sweet graphics mods. The list went on. Humans had taken some of the most advanced technology in the galaxy and treated it like spare parts for their home improvement projects. But that wasn't what terrified the Galactic Defense Force. What terrified them was how humans improved everything they touched. "Show me the garage incident," RX989 ordered. The display showed a human mechanic named Joe working on something called a 1993 Honda Civic. He had found another piece of their observation equipment and decided it would make a pretty sick turbocharger, maybe. The resulting vehicle could now break the light speed barrier. He's charging other humans 20 Earth dollars for what he calls quantum oil changes. The AI reported. They reportedly improve fuel efficiency by letting the car exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. And the human authorities haven't stopped this. The local government gave him a small business award for, quote, "innovative green energy solutions." But the real crisis came when humans started what they called open source collaboration on their modified technologies. They were sharing blueprints online, suggesting improvements, and treating reality-bending devices like community craft projects. "Sir," a junior officer interrupted, their tentacles tied in knots of anxiety. "They've started a website called Quantum DIY, Better Living Through Accidentally Stolen Alien Tech." The latest post was titled 10 Easy Ways to Upgrade Your Microwave with Salvaged Alien Technology. Number 7 will literally break the laws of physics. How are they doing this? RX989 demanded. These modifications should be impossible without understanding the underlying principles of quantum mechanics. According to human comments on their Reddit platform, they're just, quote, "messing around and finding out." The situation reached critical levels when humans started leaving repair notes for the observation teams. The messages were being quantum etched into reality itself, visible across all dimensions. "Hey alien friends, noticed your cloaking tech was running a bit rough. Tweaked it for you. Should be 60% more efficient now. Also added cup holders. You're welcome. P.S. The quantum flux capacitor was installed backwards. Classic rookie mistake." The Galactic Defense Force's final assessment was both simple and terrifying. Species has evolved beyond mere technological advancement into something far more dangerous. They've become universal handymen. They don't just use technology. They improve it, often in ways that shouldn't be possible, and frequently without understanding why their improvements work. A new alert flashed across the screens. Someone had just uploaded a video titled "Easy 5-Minute Fixes for Your Alien Surveillance Equipment. Tools Needed. Duct Tape, WD-40, Basic Reality Manipulation. Update their classification," RX989 ordered, their voice trembling. "Add warning. Species treats fundamental forces of reality like a fixer-upper project. They will attempt to help by upgrading your technology. Do not let them near anything important." Too late, they realized humans had already begun leaving what they called care packages near observation posts. Boxes containing basic repair tools, something called zip ties, and helpful notes about improving quantum efficiency through what they called percussive maintenance. And somewhere on Earth, A retired engineer was looking at their modified lawnmower, wondering why it now occasionally cut grass in parallel universes. The galaxy wasn't just dealing with a species that had mastered advanced technology. They were dealing with a species that treated the laws of physics like a suggestion and cosmic engineering like a weekend hobby. The Galactic Council's Grand Chamber, normally a model of cosmic order, had devolved into what humans would call a dumpster fire in business attire. Emergency lights flashed in 17 dimensions as the highest-ranking officials in the galaxy faced their greatest crisis. Humanity had gone viral. Supreme Counselor HFY-Sci-Fi's crystalline form was practically vibrating with stress as they called the emergency session to order. The situation, they began, their voice modulated to project calm they didn't feel, has become untenable. Humans are now offering their help across the galaxy. The holographic display showed hundreds of human AI tutorial videos spreading across galactic information networks. The latest trending video was titled "Easy Fixes for Your Dying Star," using only hardware store items. They've begun leaving toolkits near unstable solar systems, reported Chief Engineer Keck 775, their gaseous form swirling in distress, complete with something they call instructables, and the horror, duct tape. The chamber erupted as various officials shared their experiences. They offered to boost the signal on our telepathic communication network. A human child left a note suggesting we try turning it off and on again to fix a failing quantum core. Someone called Bob from IT wants to take a quick look at our galactic defense grid. But the true crisis came when humans started succeeding. Their quick fixes and life hacks were actually improving technologies that had taken other species millennia to develop. The gallery displayed a growing list of human upgrades. Improved FTL drive efficiency using something called RGB gaming lights. Fixed a black hole containment field with what they called space flex tape. Optimized a Dyson sphere using principles from "that one time I fixed my car's AC." Debugged a quantum AI by giving it coffee and a pep talk. "We must act," HFY-Sci-Fi declared. Their helpfulness is spreading. The situation had reached critical levels when humans began offering free consultations on galactic engineering projects. Their suggestion forums were filled with ideas like, "Have you tried adding more RAM to your dimensional portal? Pretty sure your antimatter containment just needs some WD-40. My grandpa can fix that solar system. He's really good with tools." The final straw came when a group of human AI enthusiasts started a YouTube channel called Intergalactic Repairs on a Budget. Their first video, 10 Easy Hacks to Improve Your Civilization's Technology Using Dollar Store Items, had somehow gained followers from 12 different dimensions. The classification system itself has broken down, announced Chief Archivist X448. "We need a new category. Dangerous doesn't cover it. Extinction-level threat misses the point." They're not trying to destroy anything. They're trying to help. And somehow that's worse. Just then, every screen in the chamber lit up with a new human broadcast. "Hey, alien friends, we noticed your universal translation matrix seems a bit glitchy. We made some tweaks, mostly involving cat memes and emojis. Should work better now. P.S. Your quantum encryption could use some updating. We left some notes." The council watched in horror as their most secure systems began displaying something called Keyboard Cat. Supreme Counselor HFY-Sci-Fi's crystalline form cracked slightly as they dictated the final classification update. Earth status: Maximum alert. THEYRE trying to help. Warning: this species will treat your most advanced technology like a project car. Solve impossible problems because it seemed fun. Improve things that shouldn't be improvable. Do all of the above while making TikTok videos about it. Additional warning: they're afraid about it. They just want to help. And they're good at it. Recommendation: accept their assistance, but naively tell them something is impossible. They take it as a personal challenge. As if to punctuate the point, a final message appeared across all systems. Thanks for letting us practice on your tech. We're thinking of starting an intergalactic repair service. First consultation is free. Also, we fixed that thing you thought was impossible to fix. Turns out it just needed better cable management. You're welcome. The Galactic Council, faced with a species that treated universal constants as DIY projects, did the only thing they could. They created a new classification specifically for Earth. Classification. Oh God, oh no, why are they here, Royan? Addendum. But also maybe ask them to take a look at that thing that's been broken for a while, because honestly, they're really good at fixing stuff. And somewhere on Earth, a bored teenager was looking at the fundamental forces of the universe, wondering if they could be modded to run better, like their favorite game. The galaxy would never be the same, but it would definitely be better organized, more efficient, and full of inexplicable but effective improvements, whether it wanted them or not. And every advanced civilization learned a new truth. If you tell humans something is impossible, they'll not only prove you wrong, they'll upload a tutorial video showing everyone else how to do it too.